All right, I'm coming like Logan today. I got the little man bun. I'm got the Logan inspiration today.
All this shit's about to be gone tomorrow.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, I'm cutting all this shit off tomorrow.
Damn,
Shaved head.
No, I'm gonna go with a nice tight fade though. Keep it short.
I was about to say you're going with his haircut.
Yeah, I can do it for you.
Yeah.
You want, I got you. I got you.
He could take you right to the men's room.
No.
I know. Boom. I got clippers.
Pause. Yeah, the AO, little AO
Da-
moment to start the
damn.
podcast.
Damn.
But yeah, big day tomorrow. Cutting all this mop off. That's
I
the
was
way
gonna
we're
ask you. I don't remember when I was thinking about what I was gonna ask. You were planning on growing it out indefinitely,
No,
or if
no.
it's just a laziness haven't gone
It's
to
a
the haircutter
laziness
thing.
I've been growing it out for like 2 years on and off, and now I'm just done with it.
Yeah,
It's too much maintaining.
that's
Ponytail.
why
Yeah, I was gonna say that's every day. It's
Yeah,
there is
I-
no maintenance.
I didn't know about like how long your hair was until the other day
Oh, yeah,
when you
it's
took
crazy.
it out. Yeah, that's wild. It doesn't seem like your hair is that long.
No,
That's pretty.
In like some cultures, like cutting hair is like a sign of like moving on from like the past.
yeah,
Or
facts.
like if you're
Yo,
grieving, you
girls
cut your
take
hair.
that mad serious.
That's why I did this, bro. I was,
Yeah,
you know, I was
like,
fucking losing.
I've heard like it's like a
you
whole.
had long hair.
I longish, not as long as you guys, but it
Yeah.
was like relatively long.
Why don't you introduce yourself since you're the
Hello,
stand-in today?
I am Evan. I am an intern here. Started a couple weeks back. I feel like, you know, being around these guys is definitely inspirational. You know, looking back a year previous, did not think I'd be around people like this. And like, you know, as I've been here, I've just kind of been, you know, picking their brains and asking them general questions that I feel like are pretty applicable to like these kinds of situations. I was talking to Corey and Steve earlier today about, you know, like remaining like humble, you know, amidst all the success that you're finding. Because like, you know, seeing what you guys are doing and seeing how hard you work, it's impressive to see, but it's even more impressive that like you're not doing it for anybody else. You know, you're not doing it for show. You're kind of just, you know, it's
Yeah.
for yourself. And in my mind, it's like, yo, if I was doing the type of shit that you guys are doing, I'd be walking around the street telling everybody. And like, it's for me, I know it's a matter of like, I'm not where you guys are at yet. You know, I haven't put in that much work as much as you guys have.
Mhm.
And like, I'm acknowledging that. And in doing so, it's definitely like humbling for me. Cause like I thought I was like, yo, you know, I work hard, you know, I do shit, but like no, compared to you guys, like I don't, you know, I don't do nothing. So like that's just my 2 cents.
No, yeah.
Very much appreciated too.
No,
course.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like in the short time that you've been here, we've definitely had some like deep conversations just about like the different aspects of it.
It
which
came at
is-
a good time too.
I feel
Yeah.
like I
It's
did.
been an active couple of weeks.
And it's kind of crazy because I just edited the episode that dropped today, and we literally on that episode say we just had an interview with
yeah.
somebody for an
Oh.
internship, and it was literally you. And so it's funny that now,
shout out.
like,
Yeah.
2 weeks later, yeah,
Here you are. That's fine.
I made it, you know? Boom.
Yeah.
Look, I did it, ma.
that's mad funny.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but it's definitely. I'm excited. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to think. You were here for the one rap rotations day, and then we just did the music video shoot, and I
Yep.
were here for.
Exactly. Yep.
So yeah, it's definitely dope. I'm excited. It's cool just getting to work with I'm not often around other people at least in the video field. I feel like once me, Steve, and Jose got connected, I kind of we've just kind of worked. So I'm not I know you have worked with Good Looks Kenny and other people, but
Yeah.
I haven't worked with many other people. So even just getting on set, just having a new person
Nice.
there and working and stuff, it's definitely been fun. And
Hell yeah, man.
I'm excited to see your style start bleeding as you learn stuff more.
Yo.
You'll start to see your style because once watching Steve get to a certain point where he was like, okay, we have the same skill set, but now I can see a clear difference between something Steve does and I do
Hell yeah.
style wise.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see everyone's style and kind of getting to
Yo.
see that as you learn the skill set to actually just facilitate, I guess, your ideas.
Hell yeah. It's crazy to think that that's like a possibility, you know, because I never really, you know, I'm not too, you know, I don't really have high hopes for much. You know, I'm an ambitious guy, you know, I have heart, but like I need guidance. I noticed that I need someone to take a chance on me. And that's why, you know, when me and Logan talk, I'm like, yo, I really appreciate this opportunity because no one else was really yo, who else would do what you're doing? You know,
Nobody.
Nobody. So it's the way, I'm not good with words, but the way I want to say thank you is by putting in the work. Sometimes I overwhelm myself and I'm
you can do.
you know, exactly. So it's a matter of finding that balance and
The only expectation, like I said the other day, the only expectation is 100% effort. I
Yeah.
don't really
Yeah.
care what the end product is as long
Yeah.
as
Nah,
the grind was 100% effort, it wasn't 50% effort.
hell
you know?
yeah.
I don't really care.
yeah. I mean, I think I said it I mean, when we started, when we first said let's get people here and then see who wants to do it. Like the only thing I cared about was like the want to do it, the skill set. Like you could, I've never. What's a phone? You can come in here and been like, I don't even know what technology is, but I just want to do this. And I'd be like, cool. If I really knew you wanted to do this, because I can teach you it's like going to school. You can learn the formulas and how to do this stuff, but if you don't want to do it, you could like anybody can know how to do it and then just sit on their ass and like, I don't feel like doing it today.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just about like having that passion and seeing like you come at like seeing you first like when we first met, you were doing the rap rotation as an artist and you said, yo, I applied for this. And I remember I think we like looked at each other and was like, oh shit. And then like and seeing you take the initiative to then come back and like be like, damn, okay, word.
Bro, I felt like a fucking nerd. I was like, hey, yeah, you know, I applied for the internship too.
You want to know something? I'm gonna take that to highlight something. Is that is something that so many people don't do nowadays. It's like, you know how many people, even just in the real world, apply for jobs and then don't follow up? They apply for jobs and don't check in with the hiring manager. Don't come in, knock on the door. You know, it's like, how the fuck are you going to get a job? If there's 100 people that apply for the job, why the fuck would they hire one of the people online when somebody came in and said, hey, my name is so-and-so, I applied for this job. What's up with it? Can I get an interview? I mean, and I'm not saying you didn't really do it like that, because that would have been a little odd. Like, what's up with an interview? But just the fact that like you saw a moment, you said, "Hey, I applied for this. Like, what's going on with that?" Like, that is something that so many people won't do, and then they'll wonder why they don't get a fucking job. You know what I mean? Or they don't get any opportunities because like closed mouths don't get fed. I got I think 16 or 17 applications in like the week or so that I had it up. You're the only one that I saw in person and asked about it, and that's why you're the one that's standing here.
Boom.
Because I didn't call any of the 15 people because you came and I interviewed you and I didn't need anybody else.
Let's go.
Now, if somebody else came, they would have gotten an interview. But when somebody happened to get them, make their way into the office, mention the interview, that person ended up with the position. And I did not need to call anybody else. And I won't call anybody else until we do it again. So probably September. Yeah. Because I think when we'll kind of be done with our training program. You know?
Yeah, I think... I mean, yeah, it's definitely that I was gonna make that point until you did about how like that might be the reason that like now we're actually doing stuff.
It is
just because you make it convenient.
Because I wasn't gonna call anybody. You know what I mean? Like I just wasn't like no. And this is no offense too, but nothing that I saw on any of those resumes made jumped out at me to call them. You know what I mean? So there would be nobody there. You know what I mean? Because until we met somebody, I even reached out to a couple other people and I just didn't feel the bite. With you, I felt the bite. You know, like, oh yeah,
at
like,
the bit.
this one wants to do it. You know what I mean? Like, so, we're going to let them give it a whirl. You know what I mean? No matter what. We're going to let them step up to the plate. Why not? What's the lose?
I think that kind of connects with what we were just talking about downstairs.
Yes.
About, like, just like showing that you want it, like even like it's not like you put out there come and like come do it, but it's like you put that extra step. Like, it's like you were there and you mentioned and we saw you face to face. It's like a big aspect of like the secret to everything is just figure it out, get it done. It's not like you don't have to ask it. Like if you can get it done and ask the least amount of questions to people and the person's happy with it, it's like what's the you might have done it your own way or figured out whatever. But it's like if it got done, the person's happy. Yeah. It's like if you just figure it out and like you figured it out and it definitely worked and maybe now we're doing stuff and it's pretty dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a pretty good point.
I love it. I really I take a lot of pride in being able to provide people opportunity. I think that's what separates anybody, and I've noticed that in my experience, because I always try and replicate my experiences that I enjoyed for other people, because I feel like that's what a good person does. So when I have a good experience with somebody and I meet somebody that gives me an opportunity, it makes me want to give somebody else an opportunity. So I've always enjoyed, like even like I took you to Atlanta when you had no experience.
Yeah,
I took
literally
you on
none.
a fucking van 18 hours south, and I think I paid you and paid for everything. You know what I mean? So it's like, I like giving opportunity. It's a good time. And granted, I think you told me to call him because you didn't want to go. If I'm really thinking back on it, because I don't know how I would have ended up with him.
Probably John.
Or maybe John.
It was probably John.
Yeah.
John, yeah.
Jersey John. Shout out to Jersey John.
I love Jersey John.
Yeah, he definitely.
Jersey John gets a new video intern every 3 months.
Yeah. I was there.
Yeah, Madrid.
Steve, yeah.
But it really, you know something? You want to know one thing that I will say is that, believe it or not, like me and John will joke about this, and if he watches this, he'll probably laugh while he's hearing this. But like we joke about his high turnover rate in his videographers. But what I've noticed is that I don't like, if you really like pound for pound, the Jersey John videographer internship has produced more successful camera
It
people
definitely has.
than me. I've never produced a successful. He'll be my first if we can get a good camera person out of him. But like you, Madrid, like you guys all really like started with John.
Yeah.
Like
No, and I have
that's
nothing bad to
crazy
say
me.
about John.
No. You can't.
John
it's just
introduced me
crazy
to
to me.
everybody that I know now. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know either of you if
Yeah.
I did not work
It's
with John.
crazy that internship really, like, and it's not even like it's branded as an internship.
No, it's
like-
literally just shoot videos for John.
Yeah, you
and
know,
then-
and it's like that shit really, really like. And there's more. There's one more that I'm forgetting too that I know he worked with.
I forget his name. I know who you're thinking
Yeah,
of.
but you three are you two in Madrid are like.
I will say the experience. I still look back on that experience with him, and I learned so much working
Yeah,
with him. Like
absolutely.
just being around him.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah, seriously, that's a great way to put it.
That's all it is. No, that's crazy. The Jersey John internship. The Jersey John videography internship.
That's a secret. When people ask me like, "How did you learn everything?" I'm just gonna tell them,
Jersey
"You're gonna
John.
Go hang
DM
out with
John,
him for, like,
go
3
DM
months."
Jersey John, say I'll shoot your videos for free for 3 months."
Yeah, exactly.
And
You'll get every connection you need to make a successful business out of it. That's facts.
Damn. Shout out to Jersey John.
Really.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
that'll be his clip. I'll collab post him on that one.
No, we definitely should.
He's gonna have like 10 videographers DMing him.
Yeah. We just send the next wave on.
Facts. I really respect
No,
it.
yeah, we should definitely. I definitely got to
And I
get
just
John.
am just now, like as we were talking about that, I really just realized that, like, damn, like that shit really is like
Yeah.
I don't really know anywhere like who else has incubated that many different camera people.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody.
I mean, it's pretty cool because like I've kind
Around
of
here, you know.
Yeah, I
obviously,
mean, and like I only know
LA
this
and
area.
New York
Yeah, I
and
only
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah.
around here, I mean,
I mean, yeah,
That's
especially
kinda
for
crazy.
Jersey. I mean, shout out
and
to Jersey
and for
John.
not being a huge like a huge
Yeah.
like celebrity either, I think that's even crazier.
No, yeah,
Like-
I've learned a lot from John,
shit is
and it's
crazy.
been cool to watch John like grow up, like his brand
Yeah.
grow up.
Absolutely.
Because when I first met him, it was like the end of like the college fuckboy
Yep.
Jersey John, and then I watched him like fun fact. I think I've told you about it. Like the day I met Jersey John is when he first
Yeah.
lost his Instagram, and I remember that I literally met this guy the day he lost, and he was
Yep.
bugging about losing
Jersey
it.
John is the only reason I know my wife.
And then, yo, shout
That's
out,
so good.
yo, John just be.
The
Jersey
connector
John is
himself.
responsible for a lot.
He's the. We gotta get him here. We
Yeah,
definitely gotta
facts.
The
get him.
gatekeeper of New Jersey.
No, definitely.
I don't even
should.
think he hasn't seen the studio or anything, right? He hasn't come
No,
since
no.
we got since I
he
moved
comes
here.
like twice, 3 times a year.
Just makes his rounds.
Yep, it makes his round.
No, yeah,
up.
we got to definitely get him on because yeah,
But you know, it's all just about that. But that's why he's successful, is because he puts people into position. And there's a lot of people I put into position, but you know, camera people is a new lane for me.
yeah. No, I
I'm gonna
think
see how it goes.
I definitely think it's gonna be a good, like a good lane for you to expand to because it is. I mean, to my knowledge, it's primarily like that's like the product, like the video
Yeah.
stuff is primarily what you
Yep.
work on and really need to market is that stuff. So like being able to facilitate that will definitely, I think, excel like both of what we do and obviously what you do.
Absolutely.
So to kind of jump topics, I feel like we've had a couple of good conversations now talking about kind of like just like you mentioned today, like gratitude and just like taking a moment. And then we were talking the other day about balance, and we talked about that on the episode that dropped today,
Mhm.
so 2 weeks ago, about just like the balance of doing this and finding a balance between life. And I know we had a good conversation about it, how like it's definitely like the putting all the work into it and kind of finding like the moments or like little things to balance. And I kind of want to kind of jump back into that like subject we were talking about it because I don't know, I find it interesting. I find your perspectives on stuff. Maybe it is because you're just starting doing this, so you have like more of like a outside perspective on it versus like this is all I've thought about,
Exactly.
like
It's like
what I
that-
do every
that
day.
roller coaster.
To me, it's like then you'll ask me like, "Do you ever like take a second?" And I'm like, "Oh, I forget that other people don't just do this. Like
Yeah.
this is odd in the grand
Lonely at the
scheme."
top, huh?
Yeah. No, but it's like, yeah, I do find like the whole, because I've been the last, like, I think since starting this podcast, I've been on this like quest to figure out like the balance of everything, to be able to, like, I just want to do this nonstop, but then also have a life and I don't know, like kind of that perspective with it. Any,
I mean, it's so tough because I think about it all the time. Like, what is this gonna look like in 5 or 6 years? Like when I want to start a family. Like, is it gonna be too busy? Are we gonna be still too busy? Are we gonna have built a system where we can just finally take that time to ourselves? Think about that a lot. But then also, I mean, I know you probably can relate, like, we're not in the position we really want to be in yet. So it's kind of hard to even think about it like that. Like, we're still grinding for that
Yeah.
ultimate goal.
I mean, yeah, it very much is like I still feel like I'm in my bedroom making YouTube videos where it's like I got there. This is nowhere. Like I'm trying to retire my family and like there's a lot, but no, yeah, it's definitely it's definitely interesting to try to navigate it. And I mean, yeah, it's like like I spent so much time. I feel like I just mentioned this to you before we were talking about it. Like when I was doing YouTube videos, I just remember being in my room and having like, I just want to work hard at something. And I didn't know like what to work hard at. Or like I'd have to think of a video to talk about on camera. So then I had something to edit and post and do stuff for. And I just remember wanting to work so hard at something. And now it wasn't probably until you asked that or like an hour ago that I like actually thought about it, where I was like, damn, like now I don't have that thought anymore. Cause now it's like, oh my, like there's always artists and videos are late and I got to do this and this person needs a treatment and I'm like, damn, like I found that thing and I'm like, and I guess I really went super hard on that. Like I found a thing and I was like, all right, you wanted to work hard. Well, you're going to
There
do
you
it
go.
nonstop all the time. I'm curious about prior to like finding, like getting into this, like where your head was at. Cause like I know when I like from 12 years old, I remember I got the webcam, I set the webcam up and I started talking to a camera and I've have a video probably, if not daily, weekly since for 12 years now. So I'm curious, like leading up, did you like have aspirations? Like I knew I wanted to run something, a company or like,
Yeah,
like
I just knew that I wanted to be some level of successful. I didn't know what it was going to be in. At one point, I thought it was going to be in accounting. At one point, I thought it was going to be in photography. And then it turned into management. And then it turned into marketing. And now it's turning back into videography. But the videography is really just an extension of the marketing. If something happens tomorrow and like all music gets removed from these apps, my involvement in video production would leave with it. You know what I mean? Obviously that's not going to happen, but my involvement in that is mainly just to be able to cover more bases. But I just the one concept that I've always had towards whatever it was that I was doing was just complete and total availability, and that's just what I go for. Obviously, even just in the meeting that we scheduled for Thursday, like, is it my first choice to meet somebody at 9 p.m. on the 4th of July? No, you know what I mean? But am I going to do it? Yeah. You know what I mean? Am I going to meet somebody the next morning and do a call at 8 in the morning? Yep. Am I going to, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. I believe in complete and total availability, and I think that's what's going to take me from 0 to 100. And, unless I'm doing something else with somebody else, then I believe in just, I got to get it done at all costs. Even if that means filming a rap rotations when I'm supposed to be on, I had a, Zoom. I had the whole day scheduled. The guy was supposed to come at 2:30. Zoom was supposed to be at 3:30. Guy showed up at 3:30. Zoom showed up at 3:30. So I'll put myself into situations like that without it really bothering me, because like I just have so much faith that even if what I did brings me one person on that platform and one follower, I'll think it was worth it. Even one follower will make me think that it's worth it, because that's what that's going to take to be successful, is brick by brick, because that's what anything takes nowadays. Because anybody can just hop on the internet and make something, I mean? Anybody can start something nowadays, but nobody finishes it because it becomes too much work. I don't know a single other person that would have. I think we've had to have filmed 100 of these already, or coming up near it.
I want to think how many have posted, because we have I think just under 50 currently backlogged.
We posted 36.
So we're probably just at or under.
Yeah, 100. A little under 100.
Because there's some on there that you don't know of, and there's some on the camera that you don't know of from today. So I mean, I don't know anybody else, and if you're watching this and you know somebody, please, but I don't know anybody else that would film and pioneer the filming of 100 free pieces of content.
I find I think I find you like very interesting, because you're, I think, the first person who I've met that is like into business, that it isn't just into business and just about maximize profit.
No, it's maximizing
it's-
exposure.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like even people I've met who like they care about people, but you can tell like they like their goal is maximizing.
There's an end. There's an end with it.
I know
you.
you, but you definitely like I've yet to even see a crack where it's like, oh no, there's the greed came through. It's just like no, it's like very interesting that you just care because like my care for like the like customer service comes from like this is my art. So it's interesting for me that you just care about like
My reputation is my art.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
the only thing that I have.
That's honestly
In
like,
my-
that's
in my
deep.
line
That's
of work-
kinda deep.
And
That
my
was-
line of work is the only thing that I have.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
only thing that I have is my likability and my word.
But it's interesting because it's likability when it comes to the direct to customer. Because like you were
Correct.
saying in the other episode, like your public perception, it's not
Yeah.
like you need a fan base or you
No.
need it doesn't.
I just need the people that do business with me to be satisfied. That's it.
yeah, and you just need your satisfied customers. Yeah, and it's
That's it.
no, it's definitely interesting. Yeah, because I've like
You
You're
know, and
definitely
then
the first
I will do
person-
100 more. And it's like, you know, like, I don't know, man, because I really will do it. I'll really sit there and do it.
I mean yeah, and that's why you now have
You
a
know?
career because
And that's just how it's going to go. Like, I mean, honestly, I've burned you two out of that shit.
I
You know
mean,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, and I'm going to do 100 more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just going to do it.
no,
You know
yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
it's like
Because it has to, because that thing one day is going to pay us $1,000 every time somebody walks in front of that mic. And then I'll be like, damn, nah, like, this
yeah.
was
But see,
like,
it takes it takes that
one
to get
person's
that.
got to do that, you know.
It takes
and then
that to
everybody
get
else
that.
helps assist that person fill in the blanks. You know, you give me the day a week, and then anything else, I got it. You know, I got him to help me out. You know, I got Chelsea. You know, people like Fame come up today. You know, it's like it's just
Get it
gotta
done.
get that shit done.
I mean, that's the difference. It's like you didn't sit here and be like, damn, all right, I only have one day. You were like, nah, like this is what needs to get done, so it's just gonna get done. It's like
I mean that's what it is. I mean, if there's one thing that anybody that deals with me, and because there's people that deal with me, but like the perspective that you get that not many other people get is that you get like the roller coaster of the day. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you'll see it like go from like, you know, like coming up with some grandiose idea to like ready to throw a phone through the wall. You know what I mean? To like, you know, ready to go take a downstairs break. You know what I mean? All to like, you know, having somebody in there filming, you know what I mean? And then going into the office and then like going, you see a lot, the whole works, you know what I mean? So it's
Mhm.
like, if there's one thing that people that see that say is that it's if there's one thing I'm going to do, it's going to get done. And we're
Yeah.
just, nobody's going to have to worry about
mean,
it 'cause
yeah.
it's just going to get done.
I mean, I was gonna the only the closest person I've met that like has that level is Jersey John.
Yeah.
Like, cause like
And me and
like,
him spent a lot of time around each
and
other.
you, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely
Iron
have,
You
you're,
could see
you're
it.
definitely
Yeah.
similar. Yeah, you could see that like you guys built like the foundations around
Jersey
like,
John is me plus an enjoyment for family, partying. You know, like he does
Yeah.
enjoy that type of stuff. Like he enjoys
Yeah.
vacationing. He enjoys, you know, going out and having a good time. Like that's the only difference between me and him is that and I think truly, like not to get a little like dark, but like truly I think I have like a psychological disorder that like
Mhm.
like one of those like those ones that like makes you not like find value in things like vacations, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I don't think it's normal that like no part of like going to Mexico like I would rather
go to Cancun,
myself and go to Cancun,
see
you know,
Logan at the
like,
beach in Cancun.
like I'd rather there's I think laying on the beach is the I think that I would rather do a lot of things before I would lay on the beach. You know
See-
what I mean? And
see,
it's just like
I
I don't know why.
Very interesting because like
one day I want to figure it out and explore it, you know, and go to, you know, talk to some people and, you know, figure out like what it is that like why do I
you're gonna like
why do I obsess?
you're gonna
You
like
know what
full
I mean?
rebound. You're gonna one day
Yeah.
Logan's gonna disappear. He's gonna go like talk to a monk, and then we're gonna come back. And he's gonna be
Circle
like,
back.
"We're selling everything." He's gonna be bald, and we're
Nah,
selling
facts.
everything.
I mean, I tell myself that it's or that I'm gonna run like this until I don't know. You know, 35, 40, and then like
Yeah.
because I ran like this for 15 years, I'll be able to
That's
Chill.
yeah.
make a hard exit at that point. You know,
Mm.
just become a board member, you know, or
Yeah.
something like that.
I think you're about to say
I
something.
was gonna say, well, this is kind of off topic, kind of on topic, but because I'm very similar in that way. I despise going out. Like it's just like not my thing.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've realized, looking back on my childhood, I moved a ton. Like I never had like a base of friends
Right.
that I really was like around. Like I don't have a childhood friend. I don't know. You've been in the same area for most of your life, right?
Yeah, I've lived.
So you probably have like a
grew up-
childhood
yep,
best friend.
I have my.
I
friend
don't
group.
have that. So like I've realized as I've gotten older, like I don't really value friendships the same way that people that
Right.
grow in the same area and probably do. I have one friend that I really look at that I'm like, that's my brother. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's the only person I'll really do. I mean, obviously I do a lot for you
Yeah,
guys.
but yeah, it's
like,
yeah. No, I
friend,
definitely-
like in terms, you should look at it like that. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, every
how you grew
relationship
up
I
might.
have is transactional, with the
Okay.
exception of the one that I have with my wife.
Yeah.
That's the only non-transactional relationship that I have. You know, and even then, like even to get into that, like
Yeah, so
that
you
was a
got-
one and done. Like, you know what I mean? That was like that was like the only woman that I've ever dated seriously, and then that was like as soon as I like, all right,
Wow.
check this qualification, like, all right, I don't need to do this anymore.
100%.
Like there's just like even that one, like even like being like I don't understand how like I can't tell this one on the podcast, but there's a man that I'm close with that is just one of those guys, and he is I'll never forget I can't give away too many details. We were traveling somewhere, and he just looked over at me and he was like, "You cheat on your lady?" And I was in my mind, I'm like, not that the question offended me or anything. I'm like, you got 10 times the money that I do, and you have the time and energy to do that?
Yeah,
to
that seems-
maintain
That's
two
crazy.
like and this guy's got children.
That's
It's like you got
wild.
the energy. I don't even have the energy
Yeah.
for that. Even if I wanted to, you think I can add another woman to this circle? You know what I mean? Like I don't know how you can do that.
It'll just go up
You know,
in
and
flames.
it's like that shit is right down there with the vacation. It's just like I'm a simple person. I don't have time for
Yeah.
monstrosities
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like it's just like I'm just a simple person. I don't really have much passion for anything besides these four walls, if I'm being completely honest.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting because I almost have like the opposite look where it's like I would love to just lay on the beach and just
Yeah,
create
no,
stuff
I'd
all
rather
day, just make
myself.
art in a villa somewhere, remote.
I'd rather
but-
jump in the water
But
and drown.
I have this like obsession where it's like I feel like I don't deserve that yet. So
Yeah,
I
that's how I
almost
feel.
like fixate on the idea of it, but it's like I wonder if I'll ever feel like I can get, but like I just indefinitely like chase this. Like
Ooh.
one day all the videos are just gonna work, and I'm just gonna make art and be on a beach somewhere. And I just think it's almost
It'll
like just
happen.
it's this goal line that keeps moving because who knows? Like I just feel like I don't like I couldn't. If I went and did that right now, I know I wouldn't enjoy it because I'd be sitting there like, I don't like. I got it.
Yeah.
I didn't finish this race yet to get to do this.
Yeah, like I find myself very uncomfortable if I'm not, you know, like
I mean, I don't know. Like,
working on tasks, you know?
Mm.
I was gonna say, like, one thing that I kind of realized a couple years back was like, there's two kinds of people. There's people, then there's like task people. You know,
Yeah.
where's your orientation? I feel like a lot of goal oriented people, you can't like. I used to make the mistake of making people the goal. You know, like finding a
Same.
relationship, finding
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
But like with that, you push your expectations and you project them onto other people. That's not really healthy.
No.
You know, that's
No,
not
it's
really
not.
what you're supposed to do. I feel like it's a mindset type of thing where it's like, what can you do that with? You can do that with goals. You know, with the idea of like manifestation. You know, go getters, they're usually like, yo, I see it. You know, like I see it, it's there. And the people that see it are the only ones that are gonna get there. You know, at first maybe we look a little crazy, but like, nah, that's not what it is. It's that dog. I was talking to my bad, Steve. I was talking to Steve. I was like, yo, like he said that he balled, and I was like, he got that dog in him. And he was like, yeah, I don't like to let it out though. And I was like, I get it though. But like, when do you let it out to play though? I feel like you gotta let the dog play every now and then.
With-
And how do you do that like safely?
I mean, I put it into videography now.
Uh-huh.
I allow like the competitiveness I had for sports I've now translated into like what I didn't even know. Like,
There's an audio. Someone's in their car
soundboard.
listening right now and is like, did he just fart? Like, what was that?
the ADD's coming out.
yeah.
Bro's rolling up a spliff.
There we go.
Fiji rapper.
Trying to hit the Fiji.
What were we even talking about? I just completely
putting
lost.
your attention.
Oh
like, from
yeah, so like
sports.
for sports, I strove very like I wanted to be an NBA player. I wanted to be, and I obviously very quickly realized that wasn't a great goal for a young white man that's not over 6'4", but
You step on that high school court and it's like, oh
nah,
yeah, no,
nah,
I'm not.
I could tell you some
He said,
stories.
I like
I saw
that.
some
He said,
shit.
that camera's nice, though.
Yeah.
The camera looks good. I could probably
Give me that
operate
camera
that.
real quick.
But I am heading out of here. I only want to do 30
Understanding
minutes
the
tonight.
level.
All right.
You out here?
Catch you tomorrow.
All right.
There's 2 weeks in a row we got the Logan walk off.
Boom.
I will say, understanding
Adios.
the level of work that goes into being a professional athlete has been one of the greatest things that I've carried on as a young man into my young adulthood, because those guys, like we do similarly, every single day are doing the little things to get that edge on everybody. So every day now I look at it, I'm like, okay, what can I do? I edited today. Like, what did I do differently to edit? Okay, I got a little better at this today.
Hell yeah.
I shot the other day. I shot product videography the other day. I learned how to put the light somewhere or do this, or like how it looks in my camera and then color grade that. Like the little things every single day add up. And that's where I've now put that fire into video.
Hell yeah. Good shit.
Damn. I definitely could. I feel you on that. Yeah, it's like there's a competitive nature, but it's not in a way where it's like I'm comparing my music video to your music video.
Yeah.
It's a competitive thing. It's like I'm gonna outwork you.
Yeah.
You can like I'll get pride at like leaving at 4 a.m. after editing nonstop. 'Cause I'm like,
100%.
Who else is gonna fucking do
No
that?
one.
that's where I'm like, yeah, it's like you could say whatever, you're better than me at whatever. It's like just give me time, because
I
I
fucking
guarantee
work,
you
bro.
that you could be whatever skill set, you could have whatever camera. Like I'm gonna work, like I'm just gonna I'm gonna do it indefinitely longer than you. I'm gonna do it more. You might be able to keep up with me right now, but I'm just gonna, like, if you're not ready to do this until we die, until we're 60 and we're still going back and forth. So it's like I can feel you, which is like, I never did sports, so I never had that competitive, but it definitely, I have that with the, like, in the videos from that same sense where it's like, yeah, like I editor, I did this shoot and I got to do something today to whatever it is to just to take that step, because I know even if it's a small step today, it's like I took a step today. And I know there's some people who might take 3 steps, but then the rest of the week they're chilling or they're, so it's like even if it's 1 step every day, I'm gonna.
It's the consistency. Yeah, I think you were talking about that before. Yeah,
Is that camera off?
That one just cut out.
Yeah, I thought it did.
But yeah, going back to that point, yeah, it's just like the consistency of like I'm just gonna do it, like, and it's just like I don't know, it's like I feel like statistically, if you do something nonstop, like it's gonna eventually. I mean, you might be better than me now, but I'm gonna do this every day for the next 10, 12 years, and we'll see then.
I feel like at the end of the day, no one can take your hard work from you. You know, that's all. Like you can take, like, life changes, life sucks, life beats you down, but you can't take what I've done. You know, you can't take who I hold myself as. So that's what I feel. It's that fucking dog. You boys have the dog, and you fucking know it. You know, and you don't bark. That's how you know you're the dog, when you don't need to bark about nothing.
The dog analogy.
Fucking
Really,
clip it.
Real
clip
G's
it.
move in
that
silence,
was
bro.
Like lasagna, bro.
Yeah,
Like fucking
it's
lasagna.
the truth.
You
People
know.
who know that they're working hard don't talk about how hard they're working.
Yeah,
that's
so
how you.
true.
That's the one of the biggest things I've like to tell whether somebody actually is like doing it. Like with you especially, I've never heard you really brag about anything. Like in the 3 years I've known you, I've never heard you go. And I like to brag about my shit. I'm sure you've heard me brag about it, but it's very like just the fact that you don't. I don't even. I lost my thought there.
like not bro. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's just, it's a very humbling to see somebody that's way above you not be like, oh, look at the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's like I've always, even just like how I go about like the marketing wave change, it's like I've just purely like felt like just let the product speak for itself. Because I kind of like, I fell in love with art back when, like, drawing and painting. Like I went to school for fine arts. That's what I went to school for. And that's what all I would do was draw and paint. And it was like no one gives, like in high school, no one gives a fuck about who, like when you show all your paintings, they're critiquing your art. They're saying, nah, that right there is whack. They're not like reflecting how they care about it. You can be my best friend. When we get to that class, they show the paintings. They're like, nah, that shit. So it's like, it's like now I'm trying to lose my train of thought. But yeah, it was never like I don't know. It was, and it also came from an aspect of like, if you brag about your stuff, the more you brag, the more someone can call you out for something or this and that. But if you don't say anything, if you just let the work speak, it's like you could say it's great. Like other people can say it's great, and it's like, but if you're over here bragging about I'm the best on this, and it creates enemies out of the people also doing it, where it's like I have no interest in doing that. Cause I'm not in a competition with anybody. Like I said, I'm watching other people's videos going, this is dope. Oh, now that inspires me. I want to do something like this, because it's not like. Yeah, so I've never. Yeah, it's like, and it's just such a turnoff when people are like just bragging about their work. It's
Yeah.
like, go work on something.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like,
Like,
yeah, it's
fucking,
like-
you know.
That now I remember my thought because you were talking about, and I'm losing my thought again because I'm so fucking tired. Jesus Christ, we were talking about how people who work hard don't talk about how hard they work. Like
Yeah.
that is the biggest. Like with Jose too. Like you can tell. That's why I brought him in. He wasn't quick to be like, "Oh, look what I did! Look what I did." He's like, "Oh, I just want to work. Like I just want to get in and like figure out what you're doing and like be a part of it." It's not about who you are and what you've done. It's about what you can do and what you're going to do every single day.
Yeah, because I mean, at least like the people I want to be around, like I don't give a fuck what anyone does. I don't care. Like I've turned down like money for videos. I've turned down big artists for video. Like it's like I don't care. Like because I just know I want to make videos for the rest of my life. So I'm trying to enjoy this. Like
Yeah.
I don't care just because you did whatever you like. Are you gonna do it with me and we're gonna do cool stuff?
Yeah.
It's like that's all I care about. So it like, yeah, no, it's like damn.
The team is everything. This is the biggest
Yeah,
thing
'cause
I'm
it's who
really
you're gonna
starting to
spend-
realize.
Yeah, because it's like who like you're gonna spend like you're gonna be around these people. Like it's the same thing I think when artists talk about like their managers and stuff, and it's like, bro, you gotta like remember these. If this works out how you want, you're gonna be around these people every
Yeah.
day, nonstop.
Yeah.
And when this works out, we're doing videos nonstop. We gotta fly to this day. Like I'm gonna be with Steve
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah.
So I would hope that it's somebody
Yeah.
I like, and it's like,
Exactly.
and that's also relates back to like I don't give a fuck when like I met Steve about the skill set he had, what the videos. It was the fact that he wanted to be there and he wanted to elevate his own stuff. It wasn't just he did what I said I want behind the scenes. It wasn't just showed up, did the behind the scenes, and oh you should try this. Like he did the behind the scenes, and the next time he did this, and then it got better, and then he had the passion
Oh,
to want
yeah.
to make it better out. Like so that's what it's about. Like that's what when you're like because I'm gonna be around these people. Like we can learn the skill set together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that stuff. I don't care what you. I don't care if you shot a video and it's on BET. It's like or on this or you did whatever whoever's video. It doesn't nothing. Like it's like or we're gonna be around each other every day.
Might as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta enjoy it because you're gonna. I'm trying to do this forever, and I'm not trying to have to teach someone like or learn like everything every year with somebody new. It's like if you don't know the skill set, I'm down to teach you, but I don't want to have to teach somebody
Yeah.
every year. And then
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'd rather build the team and then it can snowball. And then the same
Yeah.
way, once we linked, I was happy, and then you found Jose and linked up with him, and then you guys were doing shoots, and then you brought Jose, and then we expanded that way. I didn't have to then go and teach somebody, and it was you brought somebody on, then he kind of learns collectively, and it
Yep.
just snowballs. And yeah, and then you get to be around people you enjoy, and you just learn this stuff together. Because I mean, there isn't like a secret or there's one thing that works. Because if there was, it would be you'd know about it. It'd be out there. Like there's enough TikTok gurus telling the whatever. So yeah.
I feel like for me, like before I met you guys and like Kurt and everything,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing like the whole music thing alone. And when you're doing it alone, like there's no one to really like inspire you. You know, I feel like having a team and having a community is huge when you're an artist because as an artist, I feel like naturally your inclination is to be alone. It's to create. You know, art is for the lonely. There's a good, I don't know who the fuck said that, but it's a good quote. Art is for the lonely. So when you put it into perspective, when you get a bunch of like lonely, not lonely, but you know, people who value connection.
Yeah.
You know, when you get them together and there's a common goal, like that's when shit starts to happen. Like that's when you're cooking with like hot grease. Is like
Yeah.
when you got people that are like, nah, I'm not taking this shit for granted. You know, like I wake up every day. I know the sacrifices I make. I'm willing to make sacrifices. You know, it's like like everyone has to kind of go through an experience where it's like, no, this is the one thing. This is the one life you have, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, why wouldn't you want to spend every day working towards something? Because life's gonna suck. You know,
Yeah,
it really
I mean,
is.
No, I definitely feel it. I mean, I see it the same way that it's like you only got this one life. It's like so like if it's gonna so if you don't want to work hard or don't want you're just gonna be unhappy and
Unhappy, bro. Yeah.
just why you only have one life? Why not just do stuff? If it's hard, who cares? If
Yeah.
it's real hard, it's gonna be over eventually.
Yeah,
so who
yeah.
cares? You can
Facts.
rest then.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be hard eventually, and then you're not gonna be able to do anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not just and chase after the things that make you happy, and even if you feel like when I started videos, it wasn't like I didn't know you could make money. I just made videos with my friends, and it's like just fine. And obviously I was a kid, so there was obviously a lot less life pressures with paying bills and having jobs and everything. But you can still do that the same way we've said it before. That if you were working your job and your boys hit you up to go to the bar, you'd find the energy
Yeah.
to get out of work and go to the
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
But it's like so
Ooh.
if you really wanted this thing or really like if you anything else if your favorite artist came to town, you'd find the energy to
Mhm.
get out of work or whatever it is. It's like you'd figure it out the same way like when I started doing music videos, I was working. Let me think. I would have been that was pre-college. So I mean, I worked at Kmart and then I was delivering pizzas and you just find that energy and time, get out of school, work, and then get out of there and do your passion. And it's like that's the key is having that. And then kind of going back to what you were talking about having like the like a community is hugely important because like even like me, like working hard, I know I want to do this every day. There's days where you wake up and you're just not feeling it.
No.
But having that community to bounce off of, coming in, I'm not really feeling it, and then Steve comes in, he's logging, he's working on this thing, and it's like inspiring and just having the energy to bounce around. And Jose's, and it's just having the energy, and the more you have that, and it is hard to build that. It's not easy because I've gone through many different teams now, like similar situations to this, and different situations and different groups and other artists and it is hard, but it's like I mean you're gonna do this anyway, so you just or like. Yeah.
I was gonna say, kind of going back, because I spoke to you about this earlier, and I really had this realization this year, and I don't even think I've talked to you about this. This will be on the podcast for the first time, but working with that clothing brand and working with I won't say X's name, working with X, I really realized how, not to get corny or like sentimental, but how special of an opportunity we have here, because I was working with a group of people that were arguing with each other every week, putting all the work on people who had no idea what they were doing, aka me and my boys. And just we were making a ton of money. Like we were making a lot, like money that I didn't realize you could make in such a short amount of time. And then I was like, I didn't want to be there, but I was making good money. And then we got here and I was like, holy shit, we have 4 people that all have the same common goal. We've never argued about anything. If we were to argue, it wouldn't be an actual argument. It'd be like a compromise. If anything, we'd figure it out. Like we have a really strong opportunity to do something that's gonna make waves or make us a lot of money in the long run. Like it's really not. I don't take it for granted. I know you don't take it for granted. It's just really, it is special what we have here. Like, and everyone that comes in, you can tell they come in, they're like, holy shit, like this is really crazy. And it's not because of anything other than the 4 of us actually like caring about it and wanting to be here every single day.
I mean, that it literally like the only thing that is special is that we all show up every day and do it.
We care.
Because in theory, it's just you can go rent an office for $750 a month, something a little bigger than this. You can get 4 guys to sit in a room with computers.
Yeah.
But it's just about like there really isn't, and that's what's pretty cool, that there's not like a tangible thing that makes this so dope, because it's like I've been to way nicer like studios, like I've shot at way nicer studios that are this just on steroids, but it's like doesn't have the same, like it's not like the same. It's just the people.
It's gonna be awesome when our studios do look like that, and then we have our people too. Like it's gonna be the icing on top of everything when our studio looks insane and we're all just having a great time doing it.
Because like that's the one thing a lot of things don't have, because all that stuff anyone can get.
Yeah,
we can go get a credit card and buy all that stuff and make this look like we could make it look like Hollywood. If we just with money, but you can't just go buy that connection and that real care for it. Like that's the thing, and that's I think why a lot of places like burn or don't work after however long, because they'll go get a credit card or a loan, they'll start the business, they'll get all the equipment, all the stuff, but they don't have the care, like the people who care about it.
Or the resilience to deal with the stuff that they didn't realize. Like, I mean, we all had, like, I didn't know what I was getting into when I dropped out of college 4 years ago, and I didn't think I would be here. I didn't even know what I was getting into. Like, being able to bounce off of everything that might happen in between and then also care about it is the biggest thing. Because you can get knocked on your ass so many times in the process of trying to build a business, do anything, network, go to anything, build art, build buildings, everything. Just got to be able to get up and keep her going. I
mean, I find it fascinating, kind of going on that. I find it super fascinating how people like they love making music. They people say they love making music, and then and maybe you have a perspective on this because you are an artist. Like they'll get up for a job, they'll complain about and work an 8-hour shift, and not think about like not like just like sleeping in for the job. I guess some people do, but not like just calling out every day. But they'll go in, but then they don't have the same resilience to do what they say they love, like when they're tired or after work for an hour or whatever it is. I find that interesting because I'm obviously not an artist, but I had that, like I like did the videos when I was working, when I was in college, had a job, everything, and it's like I was waiting to get out of work to go do this. I was like itching. I was at my job and I was itching. So I do find it like interesting. Like I personally think it's because a lot of people don't actually want to do this. They just see what comes with being an artist and they want that, but they don't actually want like to be the artist. Because if you really cared about the music or the artistry, being the artist, the brand, like I know some people who they make dope music, but all they really, really love the artistry of like they're pumping out dope songs. And they're not even mentioned recording music, but they're like the video is gonna go like this, and like we're gonna do this content that go, and like they love being the artist, and they're waiting to get out of work to go do it. So I'm curious if you have like a perspective on that or any thoughts. Like,
Not that ass. Like how it was for me, how it is for me is exactly how it is for you. Or like when I was at like a 9 to 5, I still am at like a 9 to 5 type shit. But it's like all the time when I'm there, I'm thinking about the music. You know, like I would have a trash day, but it's like, oh, at least I get to go to the studio today. You know, at least I get to go make music. And one thing that kind of really separated it from me, or that made it be like, oh no, this is what I want to do, was like, you know, I came to a point where I was like, oh man, I can't afford to continuously go to the studio. You know, I don't want to have to pay to feel that.
Yeah.
You know, and then I realized I was like, yo, I feel like this when I'm just practicing by myself in my room. You know, it's about like it's about the emotion behind it. You know, it don't matter about the fucking setup. It don't matter
Yeah.
about this because I don't have any. I don't have any equipment. I don't even know how to mix, master, none of that shit. But it's like I like, you know, writing and I like, you know, performing and that kind of shit. So it's just it's really just a matter of like the emotion and the drive. It's not really. It's just what I do at this point, and I feel like it's the same thing.
Mhm.
It's not
Yeah.
like it's just what I do. You know, it's not
That's-
about liking it or not liking it. It's just what gets
yeah,
done.
like it's interesting because I think it would have been the episode before this. We had another artist on, and he was saying like the similar thing where it's just like this is just what I like. I'm just called to do this. If I wasn't recording music, there'd be songs in my head, and it would just so like. And I think I definitely resonate with like I'm picking up on that aspect of it with people because there's definitely artists like I work with and like they're cool and like but like and we work together and it's great, but we don't like click like that as like people. And there's some artists that like they have zero success, you would say, in numbers or whatever. But like I could just tell, like one of my friends right now, who might we like shot a couple of videos and then he stopped making music for like I think like a year or two now, maybe a little more. And then we just had a deep conversation and it was just about how he was like, I need to make
It's a
music.
comeback.
There was no talk about
Yeah.
and it's got to be viral this way or it's got to blow up this. And it was just about like I have these like songs that I just need to go record this. And even if it's just like, and it's like I really connect with that because it's just like a calling to like do this thing. I like the point you said about it's like it's not about like not working or not like the outcome of like the numbers it's gonna do are gonna like it's great getting that and of course it's great to get recognition for what you create. But it's like I'm just gonna do this. And that's how I feel about the video. It's like if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be doing it.
That's
Not-
yeah.
I'm not thinking about it
Yeah.
not working or working. I'm doing it, so it's being done.
That's exactly
And that's
what
what
it
it
is.
like. That's the. And I think that is what separates it because it is like there's a level of like I'm pretty sure we talked about Logan. There's as an artist, there's a level of luck. You can do everything right. And the people who get that lucky chance are the people who go and do it enough. It's like if you like, I think it's a bad analogy, but like if you're going to the casino, if it's a slot machine, are you going to go once a month and one pull? That was my monthly pull. It could be like next month. Or are you going to go every day and just sit there every day?
Yeah.
And it's like, who has the better odds of
Yeah.
like, I mean, maybe it's a bad analogy because Vegas is rigged, but if you're swinging a bat, are you going to go up to bat, swing, miss? All right, I'll try again next month.
Yeah.
Or who's going to get more home runs? The person who's swinging every day, or
Yeah.
the person who comes in once a month.
That's a
and
good
is like,
analogy. Yeah.
oh, I missed. Let me think about it and try again next month. Like I'm gonna think about it, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna swing again.
Yeah.
And it's like who's gonna show up and who just loves the swing and like the whole game of it because it's like it's a whole thing. Like there is a scale because I don't want to like it's never like it's like I'm not anti having things blow up. Every video I do, I make it with the intention of like I want this to be seen by millions of people and I want it to blow up, but I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the whole aspect of from I have this idea, I get to create it, and then I want it to blow up. And then if it doesn't, I'm not discouraged because I just love that process. Whether it blows up or like one video goes crazy or changes my life, it repeats either way. Whether it doesn't blow up or it does, I'm gonna repeat the same
You're the
process.
same person.
It's
Yeah.
it's just if it blows up, I get to buy nicer camera equipment. Or we get to do crazier ideas.
Yeah.
But
It's the same
regardless
thing.
of how this like turns out, I'm gonna do it again. And I think that like as artists, I feel like that's what like you win in the end because it's like you're winning regardless of if you're as long as you're doing that, regardless of
It's
the
in the
outcome.
process.
That's
It's
that,
in
you're
the
winning.
yeah.
You're winning by doing it. It's like just versus your win is based on the numbers of this because there is a layer of luck. Like
Yeah.
you could do everything perfect. You could be posting all your content and paying for marketing and this, and you just might not hit. There's like we've said it before. Like
Yeah.
nobody can just make a hit. Drake can't even make another Drake.
Mm.
Drake has co-signed artists, and like it just doesn't. You can't make people become fans of something. So it's like if your win is based on I get to have an idea, create it, and release it the way I want, and do that forever, you're winning
Facts.
in
Yeah.
any aspect.
It's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, that's like yeah. There's no it not working out because it's like I'm just gonna do the same thing. Like I would just be at a job until I get to 65 and get to retire anyway.
Yeah.
Why not do this?
I feel like there's a lot of courage that it takes to kind of do that, you know, to kind of go against the grain and be like, nah, I'm not, you know, bent on the whole rat race of life. You know, I don't really want what other people want for me. You know, like I'm going all in on this one thing. And I feel like that's like that's it. That's like what life should be.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you're here, is to take a chance on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and it may not even feel like that for you because, like you said, it's just
Yeah.
doing what you do. But
Mhm.
it's like you gotta give yourself credit. Like I give
Yeah.
you, I give you
Yeah, I
guys credit. 'Cause,
appreciate
like,
that,
that's
yeah, 'cause-
fucking. It's impressive to see you guys what you guys do.
Yeah.
I will say, to build on the courage aspect of it, I think the courage is really in the uncertainty of everything because there's no, like, I've had so many conversations with my friends, ex-girlfriends, everything. Like, a lot of people that aren't in this field don't really understand what it actually takes to be the kind of people that we are, in the sense that you get to go work your 9 to 5 and you get to go leave and you get your salary. Like, every day is a challenge almost to us. Like, I don't know how much I'm going to make this year. I have to work to make sure I make enough to actually eat, drive, and get to the office every day. Like,
Yeah.
there's nobody. I mean, thankfully now we have a group of people that are all actively working towards the same goal. But before I met him, it was just like,
Yeah, but
damn,
but,
what
yeah.
did I do? Like, did I mess up? Like, I just dropped out of college. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have any clients. Like, what do I do? Like, I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
figure this out. Like, I
Yeah.
just made a huge choice. But until you actually do that, and most people never even get to experience that,
Yeah.
like, you just, it's such a hard thing to explain to
Yeah.
people.
No, I think, and kind of connecting it to like the idea of like the community is the most important. I think that like that's super important from the aspect of like it's a lot easier to take those risks when there's more people.
Mhm.
Like now that there's
100%,
there's
yeah.
4 of us all
Yeah.
with this blind faith, I feel much better like making these big choices. Yo, let's go
Yeah.
all in our
Yep.
rap rotation.
Yep.
It's gonna be we're gonna lose money and spend a lot of time, but let's
Yeah.
go versus
Oh,
like
yeah.
just being on your own. And kind of going back to like the courage is I definitely think like I had the best support system as a kid. Like my mom was the best, my dad was the best, where it was like whatever I like to draw. So they leaned in.
Wow.
They just draw all the
That's
time.
awesome.
And then
Hell yeah.
when I went to high school, I liked art, so my mom paid for me to go to like a real nice like a vocational school. I like
Hell yeah.
halftime, so I could just pursue art. And it was when I started making YouTube videos. They didn't understand it, but it
Yeah.
was my mom shared to this day. She'll share every rap music video to my white ass family.
That's
like
mad fucking
and,
sweet.
like I got so lucky having that my whole childhood. So I almost never had the doubt of like it was just like I could just do whatever I want. I just have to go for it. So connecting to that, a lot of people don't have that. So I
Yeah.
think the community is a huge thing because like you might not have that same situation, but if you get around a group of people, now we can give that to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Steve has a crazy idea. It's like, yo, bro, let's do it. Like,
Yeah.
or whatever. Or like, I want to take this risk. It's like, yeah, let's figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
and building that. If you don't have that, like, if you don't get lucky enough to maybe have that as a family, like, maybe you have to build that in your friends or
Yeah.
like or one friend because it is hard. Like you might have to build it in yourself until you can meet other people. But that is a huge thing to have the courage, is having the, because like you said,
Yeah.
I'm sure when you dropped out of college,
Yeah.
you didn't have that. And the same thing, like I went to college for I think a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Same
it's-
here.
Yeah, and you just, it's like you're alone. I was alone. I don't know about you. I don't know if you had.
No, yeah. I was gonna say until
explain to your
we started
parents.
working together, I had. And
Yeah.
I shout out to your mom, because my mom, and I love my mom. Shout out to my mom too, but she's not like that at all. They're very like, for the last 3 years, a lot of the time when I wasn't doing stuff, it was like, you need to go get a job. Like, you aren't doing anything, and I always was like slowly sinking into this hole of like, shit, I'm not doing anything. Shit, I am not, like, I'm not getting anything accomplished. And then the worst part, just to add on top of that, in September or August, late August, before I got in that office with Busta Rhymes, my girlfriend said that to me, and I was like,
That's, yeah.
I was like literally shot through the heart. Like, she should have dumped me right there instead of dumping me 3 months later, because she basically did at that
yeah,
moment.
it
I
was
was
like
like,
3 months.
I was like, shit. Like, I literally, like, and obviously I had you, but at that moment I wasn't making any money. I had no clients, and
yeah.
I was just like, fuck. Like, I might have to go back to college.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Jose. Jose got me in that office, and
No,
shit
see,
has been changing from there.
It's crazy how it connects, because like then we bring Jose into what we're doing, but Jose connect you to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely, I mean, that's like a big thing, and like why, like I had like, since my high school relationship, when I went to college and that I stopped having a girlfriend, and then I haven't thought about, like, I haven't looked at a girl and been like, wow, we could date, we could hook, like anything, because
Yeah.
it's like, because I know my, like I know what, I knew even then when before doing this, I knew this was what I wanted to do this 24/7, and I knew that isn't conducive to like a
A
relationship.
relationship,
And it's not like a person in the relationship doesn't, the person I'm like, I want to marry eventually, they don't deserve to be put through that. So it's like,
No,
I don't want to
yeah.
like, and like, I don't want to run into the problem where it's like, when I first start this and I'm a year into working hard, and then I meet this person, and now I'm like, damn, I really want to be with this person, but I want, like, so just, it definitely sucks, and like, damn,
You're
I can't.
explaining the dynamic of my previous
I was gonna say,
relationship
I mean,
right
that's,
now.
I mean, that's what it is. And that's why it doesn't like it can work if you have, I think if you have somebody else who has the similar mindset. If you meet somebody who maybe it's not videography, but they had that same
Yeah.
drive for it, but it's still something you always have to work towards. Because even then, if you find someone doing it, now you have 2 people who have 0 time. So it's like, how do you ever?
That's exactly what, dude. I mean, shout out to my ex-girlfriend, because I still have a lot of appreciation for her if she ever sees this, which she never will, because I know she's never going to watch this. But she was striving. She went to Johns Hopkins. She was going to be a doctor. Like, she was on the similar path as me,
Yeah.
trying to be the best version of that career path,
Yeah.
which ultimately led to us not having any time for each other. And it was just
and it sucks.
finito.
It really sucks too, because it almost feels like, because it could almost be like, damn, like we definitely could work out.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
we're
why
both
it
so busy
sucks
that it's
so
like
bad. Yeah.
it only, like, because we both have these goals, so it's like, yeah, it's like, and it like it could feel like it's just, damn, we almost met too soon. Like, I
Yeah.
wish we would have met when we were farther in our careers. So that's why I've always been like I haven't, like I said, since our high school
Avoid
relationship.
it. Yeah.
Like, I don't like the only time I talk to females is like, you're paying me for video, I'm shooting a video, here's your treatment.
Hanging out with Law.
It's like, yeah, like because it's really, yeah, because this is something like you gotta give, which is like, I find crazy that like I find, like, I would have wished I gotta ask Logan about like what clicked when he met Chelsea that made it like that he took the chance to like even start the relationship, being that he was pursuing this, because I think they met, I don't know, like right in the middle, like I think 5 years. So yeah, it would have been very early, like in his grinding time. Yeah, because like they met when he was still managing what's his name. So yeah, I'm very curious about that, because it is like, yeah, it's something like, it's not for the weak, because it's
yeah.
like
I talked to her about it. I was like, you're a key piece in why this all works, because
Yeah.
without you, I don't think Logan would be able to do what he
Yeah.
does on a consistent
Interesting,
basis.
yeah.
Like, he has that out. Like, if he
Yeah.
needs to have somebody to go out to, like, for that second, he has it. And having that rock is huge.
Yeah, and it takes a very, like, shout out to Chelsea. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
takes a person.
It takes a very like specific type of person to be able to understand that and be able to work with that. Because yeah, like having that aspect of life, like almost like he said, like checked off, where it's like you have, like, you know, you're comfortable with this
Yeah.
person. It's like it alleviates a lot of something in your life to be able to put so much more. But it takes a serious person that, like, when you go so hard on it, to be able to be
And
like,
to
I'm just
believe
gonna
in
do
it.
that.
Like when I met Logan 3 years ago, it did not look like this. Like
Mhm.
she had that belief then and still does to this
Mhm.
day. Like having that's huge. Like meeting somebody that actually sees you and like, I mean, Logan's a very like he could sway anybody. Like he'll say to himself, he could sell water to a whale. I'm sure it wasn't hard to believe in him and his vision, but actually seeing it for what it is very hard to do in anything. Like even as a regular person, not even as a girlfriend.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a there's a reason, like you said, I have childhood friends, but there's 3 specifically that it's like we could not talk for a year, 2
Mhm.
years, 3 years, and it's like normal. Like,
No
we'll-
time
Yo,
passes.
you want to play Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it just takes specific kind of people, and it's like, and there's not even advice that I could give you to tell you like how to like know it's that kind of person, because
Mm-hmm.
like I'm thinking about those 3 people. I don't know what makes it different than any other person in our friend group, because they still talk to everyone else in our friend group, but I don't. But them 3 specifically, we just it's like I don't really talk to anybody else.
Unconditionalness
Yeah,
is
it's
one
just
thing
a-
I found is friends who are, because I was saying to him earlier, I've lost a lot. I've had friends that didn't understand why I was trying to, like, when I told them like I'm not going to see you, dude, like it's not personal. I'm just not going to, like, I'm doing
Yeah.
something for myself, and they couldn't not take it personal. And having friends who unconditionally see you as that person and don't want to take away from that is,
Mm.
I've seen, like, shout out to Robbie. You've met Robbie.
Yeah.
Robbie's been that one person in my life, like, unconditionally. Like, no, I've lived at Robbie's house before. Like, when I needed to live at Robbie's house, I lived with his family. Like, he's one of those people I know. It's not because of the video. It's not because of who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Like, they know you and they'll just do anything for you because you're you.
Yeah.
It's not a
Mm.
question of character.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, and I think it's the same thing in going back to like the relationship. It's finding that in a partner, which is harder because it being your partner is an added layer of
Yeah.
understandability. And it's like them, it is a crazy, like just thinking about it, because like being somebody who's not in this field with dating somebody or being with somebody who's in, like, has this crazy fixation, because not even just in this field, like, and you could be a doctor with a crazy same fixation, but it's like you're have so much belief in this person, and you're giving up the whole, like, that's your partner. So
Yeah.
now your whole relationship, and like you're giving up to this person that you're not getting that like time with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely is a sacrifice, and you really got to believe in that person. I mean, it's definitely, yeah, it's a dating in this thing is something like, I mean, you hear all the memes about like you got to cut everyone off and not see anybody, but it's like I feel like it is a layer, like it is an aspect that I didn't, like, I acknowledge, like, I'm just not gonna get in relationships, but that's like also not like long term, not a way to live, because it's like,
Yeah.
what if I do get to that point that I'm like, all right, I want to sit on the beach, and I go there and I'm like, damn, Steve's still trying to work, so who's gonna sit on this beach?
Logan's
with me?
definitely not here.
Yeah, so it's like, damn,
Yeah.
Logan's not going to the beach, so who, like, so it is interesting, but yeah, it's like you find those people, like, yeah, like you have Robbie, and like you find those people throughout it, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Unconditional is the word that I like to use for it. Having unconditional relationships is huge.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like thinking about it, like me towards those 3 friends, like whatever, like they could do whatever, they could go become monks and like not have technology, and it's like, let me know how I can access you when I'm free. And,
I'll write
I'll
to
come
you.
see
yeah,
you.
and
you
let's
know?
go.
Yeah.
We'll chill it out. I'll come to the monastery.
Go to the top of the mountain. Facts.
Yeah.
That's funny as well.
No, yeah, no, I think this is a pretty dope episode.
A lot of
definitely-
different topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
has.
definitely. It's a shorter episode than usual. It's like 5 minutes shorter, but I feel like we like.
It's deeper.
Talked
It's a
about
little
a lot,
more,
yeah.
yeah.
That was good. That was good. Well
No,
done.
yeah. I like this. This is
What-
how I imagine the podcast is.
What
like
is the
this.
title of this one? We got to figure that out before. the
So
end of-
something with like relationships
Mm.
while chasing a goal, or like something like that. Maybe I'll throw it in an AI and get something real AI generated.
Chat GPT it up.
ChatGPT. I need a title for a podcast.
Managing
Yeah.
relationships while chasing your goals.
Ooh.
All right, shout out to Steve.
Yeah.
There's the title.
There you go.
Now I gotta get a shocked face for the thumbnail,
Or like a sad
What?
face, like, oh,
like stressed out.
Like,
There you
damn.
go. Look at that.
Damn, boom.
Now you got a podcast. All right, like, comment, and subscribe if you're listening on audio platforms. Leave us a 5-star review. Yeah, that's about it. Tune in every Monday, 6 a.m. Hopefully you drop
buy
at 6
our
a.m.
shirts too. Can't
Oh
talk
yeah, buy the
about that.
shirts. Buy the shirts. These
Oh, yeah.
t-shirts, they're on now. Can'ttalk.net.
Boom.